Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. And tonight, my first guests are a couple of good friends of mine. I have Michelle Browse-Peoples and Judy Hahn representing the Gresham Art Walk. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us, Monica.
We are always
happy
such a delight
to be here.
to see my Gresham sisters.
We're back.
It's always fun to have you guys here. So, the Gresham Art Walk is like right around the corner.
How many years?
This is the 12th year, I
Yes!
believe.
12 years.
12 years.
Woohoo! A dozen, an even dozen.
Yeah.
That's
12th
pretty,
year.
that's pretty
July
amazing.
20th, 12th year.
So it's Saturday, July 20th, right here in Gresham.
9 to 5.
And it is one of the best
It has
art
grown.
events in the state.
It is.
It really
Become
is.
Did you
regional.
say in the state? Oh, I
Okay,
love you.
the
Monica.
region, in the
But you know,
region.
in the region, but
regional.
no. I mean, state's wonderful too.
Yeah.
You know, and it has grown. There isn't, and it has grown not just in numbers and attractions of people, which it has as well, but it's also grown in heart.
Ah.
And
Explain what you
that's
mean by
what's
that,
so-
Michelle. How has it grown in
Well,
heart?
The people, we don't do a call to artists, but immediately after the art walk, Judy gets inquiries about, I'd like to be part of this next year. And it's a face-to-face type of a thing, you know, it's you know, not in the mail or, anyway, it's just very personal.
Yeah.
And so each new artist, and we have what, 30 plus new artists this year,
Wow.
are word of mouth. They're not, you know, they're not just trying to capitalize or commercialize. They're coming in because it's a good feeling art walk, and they
so
sell.
what is it that is it? What makes it a good feeling art walk
I think
for the artists?
It's the reception they receive in Gresham. This event, I've said from day one, is the best ambassadorship for the city. They love Gresham. They like how they're treated at the art walk. It's friendly. It's low key. If they're new, it's practice. No one, you know, everyone's there to help them. We call the morning kind of the dance. It's with cars and artisans and
China.
China.
It's pretty
and
hectic.
glass.
I've seen you
It
running
is
around in
pretty
the
wild.
mornings of the
Pretty
art
wild.
walk.
But there are people there to help them through the process, help them get their tent up, because it's very stressful. Get their tent up, get everything going. And it's communication. They know exactly where they're going, and there's going to be someone to hold their hand and get them up and going. And then they can be relaxed and sell their thing and do their stuff.
It's because you two are so darn organized. You are very, very organized.
Well, there are systems in place, and Judy has done that, and I just follow those systems.
I just say 1, 2, 3, Michelle. This is what. Now we do this. This is this.
What page is that on?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
You
it's
do
going
you
well.
have it very well organized. So
We
when
do.
people come as artists, they know what to expect.
12
if they've
years
been
later,
there.
you figure it out.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I think you always have to be conscious of is so many artisans or people are coming to our community who have never been to Gresham. So they don't know what it looks like.
Right.
So we kind of paint the picture. We give them a map. We give them a heads up. We explain to them. I've talked to them off and on. They get emails back and forth. They get water. It's all the volunteers and it's everything.
Get potty breaks.
They do. They get.
They do, but you know, but it's not just that day, Monica. I mean,
It's from.
look at this. This is the brochure, okay, for this year.
Hold it up so that.
I
hold
mean,
it up so you can
this
see it.
is
Look
it.
how pretty that
now,
is.
it not only is it pretty, but there are probably 20 artists on this that are
Represented on
on
this
this.
alone.
Not only that, but then you have the whole lineup of entertainment and music, which the artists look forward to.
Yeah, well, it makes their day go faster.
It-
Being able to
yeah,
listen
it
to some
does.
great
It-
music,
it-
see some fun
absolutely,
dancers.
yeah.
And every year we try to put new artisans on this deal. So there's a lot of new artisans. A lot of the artisans on here have never been to Gresham. This is their first Gresham Art Walk, and they're in the brochure.
Oh, that
That's
must
a
mean a
big
lot to
deal.
them. That
That's
must
a
mean a
big
lot.
deal.
And
Yeah.
they're linked from our website to their website, and there's an artist spotlight. So this starts in February,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and we just they get as much exposure as they want.
And that's great. And really, when Judy, you're talking about Gresham, if they've never been to Gresham.
Yes.
I mean, everybody thinks of Gresham with the mountain in the background
Yes.
because that mountain is so beautiful when you're driving out here.
Right.
You can see it, and it's a perfect backdrop to Gresham. But when you come to downtown Gresham, which is where the art walk
Right.
It
is,
is, yeah.
it is such a cute
It's-
town. I
it's-
mean, it has almost that little small town feel.
It's got a village feel.
Yeah, it does. And the cute restaurants and little shops,
And
and
the
people
shoe
are so
poles go
friendly.
up.
And the
I know,
shoe
I've seen the
poles are
show
out
pole-
there now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the shoe poles. Tell people about the shoe poles for those who don't know what that is.
We started putting them out yesterday, and we'll be finishing them this
Was
week.
it just yesterday? Because I saw them.
You know,
They just started.
I have to say, Ian Wyatt said this to me too. Wyatt is my son, and he said, you know, he goes, Mom, the shoe poles are kind of weird. I don't really like them. I said, oh, well, too bad. I said, because after 12 years, I said, at first it was kind of an oddity, but now
They're waiting.
it is the brand.
Everybody wants to see
It
the
is,
shoe
and
poles.
if you drive down Main Avenue, you Powell,
they're
wherever
everywhere.
they are, it's like, oh, look at that, oh, look at that.
So these
And
are
they're-
poles.
They're poles stacked with shoes. Jules Spackman.
Decorated shoes.
Decorated
Yeah,
shoes.
Only jewels. yeah.
12 years ago, Jules and I were hanging shoes in the trees and on fences and whatever. Finally, she talked to Rob Meeker, who had Central Cafe then. He says, oh, Jules, why don't you just get a pole and stack them on? And that was the beginning of the nightmare of the shoe poles.
Yeah.
But they're like at every
all adopt
business's entrance or right in
Sure,
front
right.
on the sidewalk there.
And she catered to those
she
particular
catered to those.
businesses. For instance,
Right. And they start adopting it.
Yeah.
And they start putting their information on it. And they
and kind of
and keep
personalize
them throughout the
and
year.
sometimes they hang
So they
on
do
to
hang on to them.
Sometimes they
Some
do, right.
yeah.
They come up about 2 weeks before the weather's good, so that's it. So the shoe poles go out and it says, okay, it's coming, it's starting to happen, and the energy starts going and you start seeing it. So
That's great.
anyway, it's great. But all of this is happening
Yes.
because of the supporters and sponsors.
And you have some
we
terrific ones
have
who have
great
come
ones.
back year
John Clark
in and
of
year
Stamp
out.
Connection in the past has supported so many things. This year the city stepped up, which is a huge support for us. It's just huge
The
for
city,
the city.
the city should, because they get a lot out of the art walk.
They
The City
do.
of Gresham, it's their signature
It's their
event,
signature
and that's
event.
what they say, and therefore, and
they
this
have.
year they've done
And they-
exactly
they've
what
done
they're
it.
supposed to.
They
Will you-
put their money where their mouths
They
are.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
and
great.
William H. Hurt has stepped
yeah.
up, and Oregon Live. And I have to do a shout out for Frontier Communications of Gresham. These guys come and they hang all the banners. They take them up, they put them down. They're going to put one across Powell on Friday. They are just one incredible group of volunteers that come for this artwork. They're huge for us. It would
It
cost
is.
us.
Oh,
And they're nice guys.
They're
Well, they
really
are.
wonderful.
Nice guys, yeah.
Well, and they love Sunny Hans fees.
Yeah, I was
so
just
they
gonna
get
say.
Well, there you go.
Hans fees. So Frontier and Mindy Schmidt. If Mindy Schmidt does our website and our
This
brochure,
is it. This is what Mindy does.
She does pretty amazing work.
Any ads you see in the Oregonian, any ads you see,
Everything.
everything you see that has any sort of a graphic in it,
Is Mindy.
Mindy Schmidt has created. Any words you hear on the radio or written,
She's your
It's
Jill
Mindy.
Bradley.
Jill,
And
Jill
Joe
Bradley,
Bradley's done
City.
it.
Jill Bradley.
Yeah.
Jill Bradley is the city angel for us. Also, Oregonians Credit Union and Walmart gave a $2,000 grant to this
The very
event
first
this year.
one.
Very
Weren't
first
they the
one.
very first?
They were.
Nice.
They gave a $2,000 grant.
I mean, we were
So
in
did Oregonians.
heavy coats and stuff picking
I
that
know,
one up, weren't
I
we?
know.
That was a big
Yeah,
check.
we
Like
got a
this
little,
big. It was
we
like-
got a little video
Okay.
of the Gresham Art Walk.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it. Just it's very short, but give people
Okay,
a
sure.
little flavor. Of,
Am I in it?
I don't think
hope
so.
not.
Oh, all right.
It's still good though.
Don't invite
Okay.
me,
So let's
Michelle.
take a look at that. We'll get a little flavor of what the art walk's about.
Okay.
The Art Walk is all about strengthening the arts in Gresham and bringing community together, and this year's event promises to be bigger and better than ever. More than 150 local artists will sell original works along scenic Main Avenue in downtown Gresham on Saturday, July 20th. This family event features live music, free children's arts and crafts, and over 150 artists showing garden art, pottery, photography, jewelry, watercolors, and more. So come on out to the 12th Annual Gresham Art Walk. See our website for details.
That was good, huh?
That was good.
That was us. Thanks to Emily Vidal. She created that. So, and you saw the shoe pole in the,
I
in the
did.
very last
It
shot
was
there.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that
if
was
anybody is looking at coming or they want any information, go to the website.
Your website is really fantastic.
It is a good
really
website.
is a good,
and
good
that's
website.
Mindy.
And it tells fortunes too.
Does it?
It tells fortunes. I
Sure it
haven't-
does. Sure it does. It tells you that if you do not go to the Gresham Art Walk on
going to-
July 20th between 9 and 5 in Gresham, you're just not going to have a good day.
It's going to be great. You've got
Music?
music and puppet museum.
Okay, okay.
Real quick.
Okay,
We
okay,
have
okay,
some-
okay, okay, okay.
Michelle,
okay.
you're on. Go.
Yeah, I will. Okay, because I love the entertainment part of it. And the opening is going to be a disco production of parade puppets to The Wizard of Oz.
What?
The Wizard of Oz in 15
Great
minutes.
puppets.
Great
Wizard of
puppets.
Oz, and
Wizard of
it's a
Disco.
wow.
Oh yeah,
I can't
it's
wrap my head
absolutely
around
beautiful.
that.
It's Old World Puppet Theater Studios, and then on 2nd Street they're going to set up a mini ping pong pint-sized puppet museum. It's the only puppet museum in internet. Well, what did Steve say? Forever. I mean, anyway, it's very unique, and it's beautiful 36-inch marionettes and interactive. And then we've got Get Down Jones, a wonderful blues and soul group that's going to be playing. And then to close are the Insanitizers, and they are surf guitar, but they have a twist on it, and now they're playing flamenco Billy with surf guitar.
Oh my goodness.
It is going to rock at 5 o'clock.
That's a fusion that I have never heard.
Absolutely, it
Julie
is.
McCarl and Bodacious.
Yeah,
Amanda
we
Richards.
have to have them.
Amanda Richards is gonna be there? I love
Amanda's going to be
Amanda.
there, and you know she's that zombie twang.
Oh, yeah. She's great.
And
She's been here a
Rachi
lot.
Chi?
She's been
Yes,
here a lot.
yes.
And
yeah.
who else? Back Up and Push.
Back Up and Push is a
what's
local
that?
bluegrass
They're a local
band.
bluegrass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Susie Anderson, who has the Rendezvous in Welch's, is one of the singers, and I couldn't believe it. I saw her and went, oh my
yeah.
gosh, Sonny,
And
that's
a musician. Yeah.
Susie. And she's a musician and a singer.
Wonderful.
But they're very good.
Local.
So it's not just art.
No,
I mean, people
it's
can come-
music.
It's music, and there's stuff for kids.
There's a lot
Oh yeah,
of
CAD Dance Studio is going to perform in the street, and we've got the World Champion Taekwondo demo team that's going to be there and show us some fun stuff, and we've got Roots and Shoots doing paw prints. So if you have an animal, you'll be able to let them do the art with the little paw prints,
cute.
or if you don't,
cute.
well, we're just going to paint one on your face.
I like
We
that.
have Roger Witter.
Oh, of course. Speaking
And
of, did you
Joe
see that
Michigan.
segue? Did you see how I
I
did
did
that?
that
I know,
segue,
I know.
right?
And
Roger
Joe Michigan
the-
balloon.
the
Paint,
face
yes.
painter.
The
He is
Uber face
Yes.
painter.
amazing face
Yes,
painter.
Amazing.
yes.
Yeah.
What do you want to be? He can do it.
It's that is art right there.
So don't make me look
We're not
fat.
talking
Well,
about
he-
the clown
Roger-
face. We're way
No, no,
past
no, no,
that.
no.
Roger is the one, you'll see
airbrushes.
art banners downtown. Roger painted those. Those are Roger Witter's paintings. That's what he is. He's a muralist.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And that's what he painted. So he did
And
that.
he-
We have some
your
other
face,
art
you
banners.
use your face.
We have other art banners by a couple of artisans that show up. Melina Maddock and Lori Miller did some. And it's just a great day.
yeah, it is a good day.
It's a
and
good
you've
day.
arranged for good weather this year, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You've got the hot.
Third Saturday in
Rosemary
July.
says the Farmer's Almanac from Indiana says Oregon's going to have perfect weather that day.
Absolutely.
And usually
We're
it
in.
does. Usually does. You've had,
A little bit of drizzle.
The
on top.
only time we had it was our
on the
10th
10th
anniversary.
anniversary.
Yeah, but the opening song was from the Beati Chorum. They did a
With umbrellas?
flash, and the song was called Umbrella. And so, oh well, okay.
Kind of, maybe that was karma. I'm not
It
sure.
was,
But
it
It was
was.
just spontaneous.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
We're almost out of time. So
Okay,
what do we
yes.
need to know about the art walk that maybe we don't know?
Saturday, July 20th, 9 to 5. Artisans
Be there.
Be there.
Gresham Main
yeah.
Street, plenty of parking.
Yes, the
And
farmers
it's free,
market.
it's free.
Absolutely
Farmers
free.
market will still be there. I think they're up on
It
4th and
shifts
Roberts.
a little
They
bit,
shift
doesn't it?
over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's plenty of parking.
Patronize the businesses that are around there
Patronize.
because they
Oh, they're
give
ready for
so
you.
much
They're
support.
ready.
Oh, there are specials just about every eating or food establishment.
Jazzy Bagels has
Oh, well, wait a
music
minute.
down
Eye
on the corner.
Candy
Eye
is
Candy.
doing a fundraiser.
Yes, I told her that.
Oh,
Did
you
I say
didn't?
that? Eye
No.
Candy's doing a fundraiser. July 17th on a Wednesday. Because
For the art walk.
Billy Hartner does
think he did say
every
that.
Wednesday. Billy Hartner does a car show if the weather's nice.
cruising.
They
Right,
pick
right.
that Wednesday. So next Wednesday, July 17th, from 5:30 to 8:30, 20% of their proceeds all come back to Art Walk. It's
wonderful.
the first fundraiser for Art Walk.
And we didn't even know about it
We
until
didn't
we
even know
looked at
about it.
Facebook.
Until today.
Really?
We just found out.
Wow.
I
How
know.
cool is that?
I know.
thank
It's
them.
good.
You ladies do such a terrific job. And
Thank
it
you.
really is fun. I can't wait. I'll be there. I'll be
Well,
there.
we
Please.
appreciate you
Please.
letting us come on and do our
Always.
deal and do our
It
spiel.
wouldn't be a community hotline season without having Michelle and Judy
Judy.
come talk about
And
the
what a
Art
beautiful
Walk.
place.
I know.
Yeah.
I love you. By the way,
We're
your
staying.
studio's gorgeous.
Let's stay.
Thank
I
you.
love the
Let's
new
stay.
studio. It's
Thank you.
wonderful.
And for those who don't know, this is our very, very first show in high definition.
Oh.
So we're on channel 21, but you know.
So that
you
means
can-
we're
you can-
real clear.
So, but they can also switch to
think your
321 if they want to see it in
Well, it's a
high
beautiful
def.
studio. You've done a
321.
great
Yeah,
job.
321. Rocking
Nice.
the numbers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. We'll be right back with BCC TV, and if you don't know who that is, you just have to stick around and watch, and you'll find out. Thanks to Gresham Art Walk, and don't go away.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European pro golf tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism.
KZME Radio is a new station that is committed to entertain, inspire, and connect our community through programming that celebrates local music, arts, and culture. It was created to put local music and local arts on local radio, and it is a vehicle for our creative community to gain exposure while also celebrating what the Portland metro area has to offer.
Hi, I'm Tara Johnson Mettinger. I'm the Executive Director of the Portland, Oregon Women's Film Festival and an independent film producer and own my own company, Sour Apple Productions, here in Portland. KZME has been an incredible support of all of my projects over the last 3 years. From the Portland Women's Film Festival to my independent film productions, it's an important collaboration that we have in terms of supporting independent artists. And I really encourage you to do the same and support KZME.
For more information on how to support and get involved with 1071 FM KZME Radio, see our website, www.1071fm.org. KZME Radio, music where you live.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Hello and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon, doing our first show in high definition. You can catch us on 321 in high def, or stay here and catch us in our usual format. I'm here tonight with BCC TV, which is in part supported by the Regional Arts and Culture Council, and I'll explain a little bit more about how all that works. But first, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of artists representing BCC TV. I have Ariana Jacob and Carl Deal. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And Carl, you're also a professor, assistant professor at, where is it?
PNCA, Pacific Northwest College of Art.
Great. So you're an artist and a professor, and you are an artist.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What is your medium?
My medium is social practice, which means that mostly I make projects that involve other people, and a lot of my projects involve conversation, and that's how I actually got involved in the BCC TV project.
That's fascinating. I have never really heard of that as a medium. That's very interesting. Tell me a little bit, Ariana, if you could, about the BCC TV stands for Bud Clark Commons Television.
Correct.
Give us a little background. Are you able to do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 5 artists and educators got together and submitted to it was a project grant proposal that RAC, the Regional Arts and Culture Council, put forth to work as a 1-year residency at the Bud Clark Commons, which is Portland's newest homeless service center. And the way the grant worked is it used some of the Percent for Art funding for that building to have artists come in and work with the people who use that facility to make artworks. And so we put together a proposal to make videos with people throughout this last year.
That's great. That's great. So Bud Clark Commons is not a housing development, is it? Is it housing, or is it a space for the homeless people to gather? Can you explain
It's
exactly?
a number of things.
I know where it is.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I don't really know exactly how it's set up.
So 2 different nonprofits work there. There's Transitions Projects and Home Forward, and there's a day center in there for people
a drop-in.
Yeah, there's like laundry and showers and services, and then there's a short-term men's housing in the downstairs, and there's long-term housing run by Home Forward upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And we were working with both Transitions Projects and Home Forward, but we're mostly in the day center part of the building.
So there were 5 artists, you said, that were working with people. So how many people how many homeless people or people that were staying in the shelters, how many were actually involved in this project?
Well, when we started out last summer, we started with a series of workshops that I don't know if we even had a cap, but they were sort of open to the more the merrier sort of.
Really?
And
Gutsy.
The first one we had 5 or 6 people, and then so we would do it each Saturday. We'd have a sort of basic narrative strategies, basics of sorts of animations, sound design, this sort of thing. And it was for a while mostly a sort of mix and different people coming each time, but then eventually we sort of noticed that there were a few people that were sort of like coming each time. And then we sort of shifted after sort of seeing this pattern sort of shifting to like, oh, okay, well, there are people that are sort of coming back, so can we
work with them to produce longer term projects? Yeah. So then we transitioned to a model where the participants who'd stayed throughout the many classes pitched their own projects to us, and we helped them develop it. And I think in this next segment, you're going to see some of their work that they produced. So
that's great. Well, actually, we have one short video, I believe, from an artist who was involved in the project. Do you know about this?
It's David Boston's project, and it's a project that happened in the transition period between when we were doing workshops to where people were developing their own projects. So this is I think the video is going to be one where he basically made a promo video for the BCC TV program, and it was his design, and other people worked on it as well.
How great to be able to see their own work, especially if you're a homeless person where you don't usually have access to those kind of things. I mean, I think that would be there's a lot of people who don't have access to those things, but that's great.
And David spent his whole life coming up with script ideas for movies, so it's really been a neat opportunity for him to be able to actually see those realized.
Well, let's take a look at his now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Okay, we'll see if we can pull that up. kudos to David. That was very impressive. I like the animation with the live action. That was great.
That was his idea.
That was really good. I liked that a lot, and it gave you a good idea of it's you can use your imagination and create your own vision and actually make it happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing we do here at MetroEast. I mean, we teach people how to make their own television shows, and we'll put them on the air, but we let people express themselves in whatever the way they want, and that's not everybody has that opportunity. I think that's really great.
Yeah, we were just reading your mission statement. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and so we're very excited because some of the work that the people at BCC TV have done, we're going to be showing on our channels. We'll be using them as filler in between our regular scheduled TV shows, as because we don't do commercials. We're non-commercial, so that'll be fun. It'll be fun to see things like that on there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So, tell me, Carl, what has been your role in this? Have you been a teacher? Have you been what all have you been doing with this project?
Well, for sure, teaching, and my practice revolves around video and sound predominantly. So there's sort of an opportunity to sort of share my enthusiasm for making videos with the various participants in the workshops, and then also like Dave cast me in his sort of horror drama movie.
Is that right?
Which was a
so
lot of fun.
So now you're acting too.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. It's
I
sort of
bet.
an unexpected opportunity.
Yeah, it's fun to do stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit out of the realm of your normal day-to-day work.
And it really required that everybody play different roles, this project. Like we worked collaboratively amongst ourselves as organizers, but then also collaborated with the participants, and we all ended up being in different roles, like facilitator roles, acting roles, teaching roles, editing roles. So it was a real round robin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll take a break in a little bit, and we'll come back and talk with a couple of the artists. But and I want to ask them the same thing. But what have you two personally, as staff, gotten out of this project? Because I imagine you're getting as much out of it as they do.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. I think that getting the opportunity, the reason why I wanted to do this was just to get the opportunity to work directly with people who have had the experience of homelessness, because I feel like in my life as a person who hasn't experienced homelessness, it was easy to just see an invisible barrier between me and those people and not ever talk across that line. So the RAC grant allowed us to be in the situation where we had direct relationships, and really what's grown out of it is that we have friendships with these people, and so we have like an ongoing insider perspective on different people's life experience that otherwise I wouldn't know about, and that's really been valuable to me.
Kind of opens things up a little bit, doesn't it? Because when you said something about invisible barrier, what made me think of is just invisibility, period. Because a lot of homeless people, I think, feel invisible, and I can't speak from experience either. But it seems to me like a lot of people just like they're not there, and I don't have to interact with them, and then it's not my problem.
Yeah. And that's really shifted from doing this. But also I think just the pure friendship that has developed is something that really is meaningful to me. So
that's great.
Yeah.
How about you, Carl?
Oh, I would just say, I guess, sort of going in, there was the sort of premise that we were going to be making videos, and that in of itself was sort of a exciting sort of idea. But then what happened was it became like it was referred to sometimes as the video club. It was like every Saturday, and as Ariana was saying, like there's so much collaboration going on. And then as the project started coming out, it was a very sort of like generative sort of space. It was just like, I was like so impressed with the enthusiasm and the just sort of endless sort of ideas.
Yeah.
Russ, who's coming up, was like, tried out like every sort of animation, sort of self-motivated sort of explorations of all these different sort of styles. And I mean, similarly with everyone else, there just was this sort of momentum that was not necessarily expected, but really sort of exciting to be part of.
It sounds like it became not so much of an us and them, I'm teaching them something, I'm giving something to them, but we're working on this together, and you're learning as they're learning.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's a great feeling, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. So what's the future for this? Was a 1-year project.
Right.
What now?
Luckily, we have a relationship with PNCA, the Pacific Northwest College of Art, and there's interns that are sticking around after our grant is done, which is our grant is done now, to work with the people who are still in the program, who've made it all the way through, to help them bring their projects out into the world more and start new projects. And then they're going to also be teaching classes again starting in the fall at the Bud Clark Commons. So
PNCA will do that?
These student interns.
Where does the equipment come from? Where does, is that owned by the college or?
Well, we've had equipment, cameras sort of through the RAC grant, and then actually through Free Geek in town, we were able to get a hardware grant so we could get computers, which they souped up to our specifications.
Oh, great.
For editing, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which was
perfect.
really great.
I was wondering how all that worked. So the project itself is sort of continuing, and just sort of in a smaller way. If people are interested in I don't know, if somebody were interested in like helping out with something like that, or helping to keep that going, is that something that you guys that you're open to?
Yeah, we have a website which is bcctvportland.org, and there's contact information on that, so people can get in touch with us if they're interested in being involved or supporting it financially.
And what would they be supporting financially? Would it be that project? Would it be BCC? Well, I guess it would be BCC TV because that is a nonprofit.
The ongoing classes at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, that will be. It'll be a new form. We won't necessarily be the organizers, but it will still be happening. So
I think it sounds like it'll be a fluid thing where it's always evolving
yeah.
and changing.
And the people who made it all the way through the program, they're now all in agreement that they would be happy to be mentors for students coming in.
Great.
So yeah,
just pass on the knowledge and pass on the wealth.
Yeah,
Great.
hopefully.
Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything else you want to tell us about it before we take a break here?
That puts me on the spot.
Sorry. It was a good experience for you, it sounds like. And you want the people to watch the shows.
Yeah,
right?
that's great.
They can watch them on the website, right?
That sounds
If
good.
people want to watch, they can watch those on that website.
A lot of the videos are on the website. So.
And they can watch MetroEast and see them because we'll be having them as filler in between
Oh, great.
our shows.
That's wonderful.
Thank you both so much,
Thank
Carla
you.
and I appreciate it. And please, don't go away. We will be back. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back with a couple of the artists from BCC TV. We'll get to see their videos and find out their point of view, so stay with us.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork, loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look, your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander.
KZME Radio is a new station that is committed to entertain, inspire, and connect our community through programming that celebrates local music, arts, and culture. It was created to put local music and local arts on local radio, and it is a vehicle for our creative community to gain exposure while also celebrating what the Portland metro area has to offer.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Toller. I'm with the Regional Arts and Culture Council. And we host this bi-monthly artist networking event, which is how I found out about KZME. I'm in the business of supporting artists, and KZME is in the business of supporting artists. And so I get why they do what they do, as well as the love of music. I've always loved music. I've always gone out and supported music. Portland loves to rock it and be unique. And I think the arts are really important. It's kind of like what helps many of us give meaning to why we want to keep going. So, so I think you should support KZME because you'll continue to support local. You'll support not only local business, but local artists and music.
For more information on how to support and get involved with 1071 FM KZME Radio, see our website, www.1071fm.org. KZME Radio, music where you live.
Voting is a big deal and one of the most powerful things you can do. But deep down, people vote because...
I vote because it's my right and my responsibility.
Because if I want my voice to be heard, the first thing I must do is vote.
Because democracy only works if you participate.
I vote for more bike lanes.
For cleaner streams.
For more jobs.
For my family.
I vote to end wasteful government spending.
Because I want a say in where my tax dollars go.
Because of all the women who ensure my right to vote.
Because together we can do great things.
I vote because it's easy.
Because I did last year.
Because it's my civic duty.
And I vote because I can. Register, engage, vote. It's in your hands.
My favorite thing about community media is how people find their voice and tell their story.
It's the message of, by, and for a community.
We're a gathering place because it gets people of all sorts of different backgrounds underneath one roof.
It's art, it's technology.
A snapshot of our community.
Going live. In 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel and we're still here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. In the second part of the segment on BCC TV is right now. We're going to be talking with a couple of the artists who have created some wonderful works and we'll be able to see those. So I have with me Russell Wagner. Welcome, Russell.
Hi.
And Samaya Evans. Thanks for being
Monica.
here. You look fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So you two are artists and have created your own videos. Russell, you've created actually quite a number of them, haven't you?
Yes, I've done actually several short videos. A lot of it was, I did some stop motion animation, I did some CGI animation, and I also, I did some special effects where I blew Tyler up. And
tell us what CGI animation is for those who might not know.
It's just computer generated interface. And so it's all in a program, and you draw little figures, you put skeletons inside of them, and then you make them move around.
Did you have a background in this before?
Oh, absolutely not. I never touched a camera until last July.
Really?
I mean, I did photography and annual staff in high school. But I've never done any video or animating or anything.
That's pretty impressive because from what I gathered talking to some of the other people, the two that were on here before, they're pretty impressed with the work that you've done and that you've actually kind of thought outside the box, so to speak, that you're not just doing the same thing every time, you're trying different things. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I just, I started out with just some real simple stuff. The very first thing I did was I watched the first day I was there, I watched some footage that they had shot the week before. And I saw John with a sleeping bag around him. He looked like a wizard, and Tyler was sitting on the grass plucking petals, and I thought, I can make that guy blow that guy up. And
just like that, it came into your head.
Yeah, and it just went on from there.
Wow, wow.
And I just started experimenting with different computer programs and different techniques.
Do you feel like it really opens up your imagination to things that you maybe, I mean, the creativity is pretty phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's been awesome because I mean, I have ideas and my friends see it and they give me ideas. Well, you could do this or you could do that, and I'm like, well, yeah, I could.
And it's
maybe next time.
Sort of the sky's the limit because if you don't know how to do it, I bet you can figure out a way to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Samaya, what about you? What kind of work have you done?
I hadn't done any filmmaking before, and I didn't know what I was getting into when I heard about BCC TV.
Why did you show up then?
Well, I had always wanted to document my life, and
Oh.
I saw an opportunity for that. And, or just like you were talking about earlier about homeless people being invisible, I had just walked around a lot of years angry about that and wanted to be able to say, hey, I haven't always been like this homeless bum.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, for lack of a better word, but my whole self-esteem and everything had gone down, and I wanted to let people know that I had done accomplished other things in my life.
And there is more to you than what somebody would just
Right,
see.
than
Yeah.
what somebody would see or
Yeah.
think of me passing by.
Yeah, don't you feel like everybody has a story? I mean, that's how I feel.
Yes.
Everybody has a story, and you can't tell what it is just by looking at somebody.
No.
Yeah.
And the judgments. Oh,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
I mean,
sure,
we all
sure.
do it.
Yeah,
but
everybody's guilty of it to
Yeah.
some extent or another. But
Yeah, but-
so have you felt like you've had the opportunity now to tell your story? Is that the kind of video that you've done?
Yes, that's what I've done, and I was able to. I mean, I feel I'm a religious person and or spiritual, whatever you want to call it, and even though maybe my behavior hasn't always represented that, I've been given the opportunity to develop my faith a lot more in this last year because so much has happened to me since I got into the housing at Bud Clark Commons. And
So you are living there now.
Right, I'm living there, and yeah, there's 130 apartments there, and we're a real high-risk group of the homeless people. Those are the people that get let in there, the ones that are at real high risk. And so I really want to represent the homeless community as best recovering as I can.
They're going to be so proud of you.
I'm hoping.
I have
I'm
no
really
doubt.
hoping for that.
So tell me, how has this changed your life, living there and being part of this program? Do you feel like it has?
Oh,
It
yeah.
seems to me
I
that's
don't
kind of what
know
you're
that.
saying.
I mean, because of everybody, all of us meeting there every Saturday, I felt like I had purpose. I felt like it gave me a voice. It inspired me to get up each day and
Sometimes
feel,
that's hard.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes that's
yes.
the hardest
With
thing you ever do.
depression, I've,
Sure.
you know, the medication
Yeah.
up and down for me, and I'm finally on the right medication, and feel like had it not have been for BCC TV, that maybe I wouldn't have made it because it really did inspire me, and everybody was so great, like Ariana and Carl Ross. Everybody, you know, they just didn't. I didn't feel judged by them,
Good.
and
That's
they
a
just
huge
wanted
thing.
to help me develop my story. So,
That's great.
Yeah.
How about you, Russell? What's your situation now? Are you?
Well, I was homeless for a couple years, and I'm in an apartment now through a government grant.
Good.
And so, I mean, things are good.
Yeah.
I've worked with the BCC TV people, and it's become a club, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a real camaraderie of people there. So
yeah, we've had a great time together. We've gone and done stuff together and had a good time.
So outside of the getting together to do the video, do you socialize with some of the
Occasionally,
people outside
yes.
of it? Yeah.
When people have time.
Yeah.
And
We've gone to a couple of events together, art shows and stuff, museums.
Wow. So
And,
someday you'll have your own show.
well, I'm stretching out. I'm doing some promotional videos for yoga and dance studio, and I
Really?
just filmed a band the other night. I'm gonna do some music videos.
So you are on your way to a new career. That's what it sounds like.
I'm basically trying to create a job for myself.
That's great.
Because the doctor says I can't weld anymore. So.
You know, and if you keep doing that, if you want to come out here sometime and start working with us, and we'd love to have some of your stuff on.
I'm very interested in
Yeah.
making shows for cable television.
That'd be great, yeah. And you too. You know, I mean, we are going to be putting these shows that you have created on our channel, so that's real exciting. Why don't we show? Let's start. I mean, we'll start with one of yours, or I'm not sure which one we have first, but let's watch one of the videos, take a look and see some of the fun stuff that you've been doing.
Sheeran, fetch me some more, son.
Hi, Dad. Dad, will you look at this? Sis, I got my power!
That means you get your party.
Boy, I want your powers!
Stop! Take this! What was that? I guess I have powers too.
You know, something about that just makes me happy. I've watched that a couple of times now. I really like that.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with it.
Good.
When I first started it, I thought, well, because I saw a Lego video on YouTube, and I thought, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well, I did the math. You know, I'm 30 frames a second for 5 minutes. Okay, that's 9,000 pictures. Well, I managed to do it in a lot less than that by doubling up some pictures, and then I, you know, and drawing. I did all the painting on everything. The expressions and the puff of smoke and everything was all done in Photoshop and just painted in.
Wow.
And
it's really fun to watch. It's really fun.
I want to do another one.
Yeah?
In fact, I think I want to do a whole series of Lego videos.
That'd be great. Yeah, you could have. That would be actually really fun to have a whole series there. Would you have it like a storyline that would continue, or you think just different little vignettes, or?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe a continuing storyline, like a graphic novel.
Yeah.
You know,
Why
like
not?
maybe something like Chirin and his sister off to see the world, or you know, who knows what.
Oh, you have them all different countries, and
Oh, yeah.
or meeting all sorts of different situations, and
you know, bards, dragons.
Yeah, there you go.
More evil
They've got the
wizards.
Legos for just about everything.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, you could be in outer space, you could be in the medieval times, you could be on a tropical island. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's lots of Lego people.
Yeah, I love Legos. That was great. That was fun.
That's one of our funner ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that one.
What are some of the other things that people have done besides you two? What are some of the other projects people have worked on?
Oh geez, David did his Halloween thing, which we were all in. We all acted in.
Oh, that was the one that Carl was talking about.
Carl
I
was
think
in,
he was
yeah.
like a monster or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he was my son.
Oh, he was your son.
I was his
Oh,
dad,
my. Oh, okay.
and that was Dave's friend. And he comes over to wake him up on Halloween morning, and then the parents leave, and they decide to have a party, and there's like this creepy girl running around, and it's really funny. It's kind of a little scary, a little funny.
Oh, that sounds great.
And he did that, and then the one you saw before, with the flower. And then John, before he left, he did some claymation.
Oh wow, that's a lot of work.
With a fish and some stuff. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of drifted off.
Okay. Well, and I imagine that happens sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But you two are still here, and Samaya, you have a video that you brought.
I don't know what they're going to show out of it. Were you able to see all of it, or?
I have not seen all of it, and so let's take a look and see what we've got.
Okay, thanks, Monica. When you don't have anywhere to go, your mind just kind of wanders, and you look down. It's like, I have nowhere to go. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And I can't bring my eyes to meet anybody else's because I feel so ashamed of how I ended up here, even though I tried so hard. And here I am again, pounding this pavement, wondering where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. My name is Samaya, and I'm 56 years old. I was a little girl once. I'm a mother and a grandmother, a daughter and a sister. I've been a community organizer. I'm a huge dreamer. I love to dance. I like to think of myself as an igniter of change. I've been in recovery from addiction for a lot of years. I'm a feminist. I've been a sex worker. I'm a Muslima in the religion of Islam, and I am someone that won't give up. And I'm a filmmaker. Oh my.
Can you see your,
Oh, dear.
balcony?
I'm recording. That balcony I love. I want to document some of the things I've done or have wanted to do so other people could pick up some ideas or learn from my experiences. The bottom line is if you're still alive, you still have purpose on this earth. And I feel like that's my purpose, that I'm chosen, and I want other people to feel like they are too. So I ran away from home at the age of 12, and I was a beatnik, or a hippie child back then is what we called it, instead of homeless. And so from the age of 12 until I was 21, I was homeless. And then I stayed clean and sober for 17 years, had different homes, and then became homeless again for around 16 years and couldn't find stable housing until I finally found housing at the Bud Clark Commons.
That's great, Samaya. I'm actually I'm very touched.
Oh, thanks, Monica. I appreciate that.
It sounds like you've been through a lot, and the fact that you're being able to share that through your video is great. I loved it that you started out walking the street and showing, seeing the pavement, that you couldn't meet people's eyes, and just being able to share that, I think, is very powerful and will mean a lot to people that have not been in that place. If people want to see the rest of it, Bud Clark, BCCTV, Portland.org, I believe has the video, and people can watch that, and and a lot of the other videos. But that was really, really good.
It really gets fun in there too,
Yeah.
and I was able to come up with some old videotape of myself and where I used to work, and that's part of the video. So it's kind of a past, present, and future.
Oh.
And my family is in it. So
that's got to be very cathartic, very healing to be able to do that.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's been just a miracle. It really has been, and I'm so grateful to be alive.
Good.
And I appreciate you,
Yeah.
that feedback and having us here.
Yeah,
I really do.
So you have family that lives around here, do you?
I do. I have my son, Justin, and his wife, and 2 grandbabies now.
Oh, you're so lucky. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, and are you from here, Russell?
Yeah, I moved here in 1987, but my family's other places.
Yeah.
So.
But I would think this kind of is like a family for you.
It is.
Isn't it?
Yeah, BCC is. Yeah, these guys they're friends. They're kind of family. Yeah, we get along really well.
We do. We have different personalities, but just the basis of it it brings us together more because it's such an important topic, and humanity. Everybody has big hearts there.
Yeah.
We've spent a whole year being creative together.
Yeah.
And having a good time doing it.
And eating good.
Hey, that's
RAC really provided us with
Regional
great
Arts
food.
and Culture Council, they're good at providing the good food. That's wonderful. This is a really feel-good segment for me. I like hearing about this because people are doing good things, and you're kind of coming up in the world.
It's been been a blast.
Good. Well,
I feel like I'm employable again, and that has been my desire for a lot of years.
So there are people out there looking for somebody to employ. You're ready and willing.
I'm
okay.
ready.
And we know what you want to do too. So
yeah.
We're out of time. I appreciate you both being on here so much, and having Bud Clark Commons TV and the Regional Arts and Culture Council being able to share this has been really wonderful. So thank you both for being here. I wish you both the best of luck, and I hope you both continue on and do great things. I'll be watching.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Monica.
Thanks for watching Community Hotline tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. We'll be back here next week at the same time. I'm Monica Weitzel. Good night.